Hey, what's up guys, Diamond Gamer Pro here today, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you all how to make your own custom amiibo cards. So for those of you who can't find the amiibo you're looking for, or you just want to make your own custom ones, that's what today's video is going to be all about. So let's jump right into it. I'll show you guys the material list and every single step you need to follow so that you can make your own custom cards. Let's jump right into it. Alrighty, so before we get into it, I would like to show you guys what the finished product does look like before you guys start this so that you guys can know if this is something that you want to make. So, I have my Legend of Zelda amiibo card collection, and this is what they're going to look like as the final product. They look like trading cards, and they work as fully functional amiibo. So I have a bunch of Zelda ones right here, and you can see it's just essentially looks like a trading card, but it's really just a piece of thick paper cardstock with an NFC tag inside of it. So, to make these, I'll show you guys what you're going to need for today's video. What you're going to need is, of course, the most important part, the NFC tags. I have a bunch of them in this bag. I will show you guys after what just one is going to look like. These are actually stickers, so that they're very easy to put onto my piece of cardstock. I simply have a piece of blank cardstock, and this is what we're going to be using to actually make the card. And, of course, I have a sleeve so that it keeps it protected, because otherwise the back of the NFC tag is exposed. So this is going to keep it protected. It also makes them look a lot more uniform. Some scissors, obviously, because we are going to be cutting a lot, and these scissors are going to be very helpful. And another one of the most important parts is a modded new 3DS or new 2DS. It has to be one of the newer models, because the older models do not have amiibo support. So you guys are going to need one of the newer models, whether it be the 2DS XL, 3DS, or 3DS XL. And you are also going to need a computer, because that's where we're going to be editing the images, getting the bin dump, and a bunch of other things. So, that's the materials listed. I'm going to jump over to my computer and show you guys how to start designing your card. Alrighty, so the amiibo we're going to be making in today's video is Toon Zelda from Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker, and this is another amiibo that carries an exclusive item in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Now, we have our image right here, and what you're going to want to do is simply copy the image and go to whatever photo editor you'd like to use. I like using paint.net, and then you're going to want to resize the canvas to exactly 6.3 centimeters wide and 8.8 centimeters tall. This is the exact size of a normal trading card, so now we can simply paste this in and resize it to our liking. So I always like to leave it with just a little bit less space on the edges so that it does not cause any problems, because sometimes the sleeve can get a little bit tight. So I'll make it just about like this so that the height is perfect, but the width is just a little bit off. So we now have something like this. I'm going to save this into my folder as simply a toonzelda.png. And now what we're going to want to do after you've saved it is simply create a new image with an 8.5 by 11 inches piece of paper. That's your standard piece of paper. And then what you're going to want to do now is I'm just going to go and open my files, and we can go to my amiibo folder, get the Toon Zelda, drag it on, and add it as a layer. I like to bring it just a little bit off the corners. And now this is saved. So now what you're going to want to do is I'm going to go put my cardstock into my printer, and you're going to want to print it off onto the cardstock using whatever printer settings you have available. This will change from printer to printer. I'm going to go print it off with my mid-weight cardstock settings, and I will get back to you guys once it's printed out. Alrighty, so just a quick update. I've now printed it out, and to fit it on my camera, I'm just going to show you guys like this. I have it now on this piece of cardstock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it out and get back to you guys with the cut out piece of paper. And make sure you have your DS on you, because that is going to be the next step. Alright, so I've cut out my piece of cardstock. It's not perfect, but it's going to be perfectly fine. So as you guys can see, just a piece of cardstock, nothing more. I have now also gotten one amiibo sticker, or an NFC sticker, because it's not an amiibo just yet. And we're going to put that to the side, because now what we're going to need is your DS. So, we're going to need the program Thenia, this one I have here in the very top left. And on your home screen, it's going to look something like this, Thenia. And so, if you guys do not have Thenia already, I will leave a link in the description below for the Thenia download, along with the Amiibo bin dump, because Amiibo are stored in bin files, and you're going to want to put those onto your SD card. Thenia will have all the info you need on where to put it onto your SD card. I already have them all set up, but it's not a hard process. I'll leave all the links in the description that you're going to need. So, once you have it on, you're going to need to simply just press X to load a tag from file, and scroll down to whatever one you'd like. For me, I'm going to be making one from The Legend of Zelda, so I'm going to be going down to my Legend of Zelda file, and The Legend of Zelda 30th Anniversary. and I'm going to choose Toon Zelda from the Wind Waker. Once you have your file selected, it's hard to show you guys on my camera, this is it upside down. It's going to look something like that. Essentially, it's going to say that you have your file loaded. Once you're there, press A to write or restore this tag, and it'll say to place the tag on the scanner. On a DS, the scanner will actually be the bottom screen, so you're going to want to simply just place your tag onto the bottom screen and let it write. If there's an error, simply just try again. Sometimes there are a couple errors. It's nothing big. It'll only take about maybe 10 seconds at most, and it will say complete. Once the tag is finished writing, you can simply press A to continue, and then you're not going to need your DS for the rest of it. Now, this NFC tag is technically an amiibo. So, all you need to do now, you can simply power off your DS, and the next step is simply going to be to get the NFC tag that we now have written as an amiibo. I'm going to simply peel off the sticker and place it on the back of my piece of cardstock. It really doesn't matter how you place it, just make sure it's nice and flat and smooth, and you should get something that looks like this. Next up, we're going to simply get our sleeve, and I'm going to put the card into the sleeve, therefore completing this entire process. And I'm going to show you guys that it does work by putting in some gameplay from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Now, let's jump over to my Nintendo Switch, and I can show you guys this working. Alrighty, now I'm on my Nintendo Switch. As you guys can see here, I'm playing The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and I'm going to simply go to the Amiibo settings. If you guys don't have these turned on, it's in the options. All you need to do is make sure that Amiibo is turned on to Use Amiibo. Then, as you guys can see here, I'm now going to scan my Toon Zelda Amiibo onto the NFC tag on my Nintendo Switch. Sometimes it takes a couple scans just because it is not a real Amiibo, but it will work perfectly fine. As you guys can see here, we are now going to get these. These are the drops from the Legend of Zelda Amiibo chest and get a royal shell. You don't always get that from the Amiibo in this game. Down below what other videos you guys would like to see, and subscribe. Peace out.